Hello guys, welcome to this new video on AI and machine learning. So in this video, we are going to see how to implement RAGs on a very large data set or very large data, which can be a PDF or any other kind of data also. Particularly for this video, we are going to do it on a PDF. The PDF is nothing but the Constitution of India. So today is Republic Day here in India. Everybody is celebrating and I am also celebrating, so I decided to make this video on RAGs where we will be passing this PDF to my LLM. The reason RAGs have become so much popular is that if you just go and search on ChatGPT on any other thing which has been done after 2020, it is possible that it might not give an appropriate answer because ChatGPT is trained on data just up till 2020. So if I just open it and ask it something about what is happening in Russia-Ukraine war, so it doesn't have any real-time information about it. So it shows that okay, I can't say anything because I've been trained on data which is only up till 2020. So for that, RAGs are important. So RAGs, what you can do with RAGs is that you can provide the large language model some context in the form of a lot of data, and you can interactively ask the LLM to get information from it and give you proper appropriate answers. So without wasting more time, let's go to the implementation part. Firstly, you will be requiring to mount the drive. So once you have mounted the drive, you need to import the dependencies, and you see I have GPU connected over here, so for faster execution. The dependencies that we'll be using is LangChain and OpenAI because LangChain is giving the functionality of storing in the vector DB. It has an internal storage called as Chroma. Besides that, there are other vectors DB also available outside like Pinecone and Cassandra, which also provides this same capabilities. But you will have to get the API key for them to do the same work which I will be doing with the help of LangChain here. All right, so before loading the document, you will also require to load the OpenAI API key, which is in the previous cell. Obviously, I am not going to show my OpenAI API key to you, but you need to do that. So post that, you need to import the pip PDF because this is a PDF document, and so it has support for PDF, it has support for video, it has support for audio, any kind of data that you can think of, you can load it in the document loader. So here we will be using the PDF loader, and we'll be passing the path of the PDF of the Constitution of India. Then using the loaders.load method, we'll be storing the entire document in the pages variable. So this might take some time because the document, if you see, it's a very big document. It's around 700 pages, and it will require some time, but let's wait. It would be worth it. So the pages has all the data now, the document. So the next step is splitting the document into chunk of text. So the chunk size here I have kept as 1500. You can even change the chunk size if you want. What this will do is that in every chunk it will keep that many words, and chunk overlap is the number of words that you can overlap in the chunk size. So once you convert those chunks into embeddings and then later store it in the vector DB, you will get the single row size as 1500. I hope that you are getting the context what is the chunk size and chunk overlap. You can set this with the help of recursive character text splitter, and once you define it, you can just call the split document method and pass the pages. Once that is done, you can see that the entire document is splitted and stored in this variable called as splits, which has 768 chunks of text. We have to convert this text data into embeddings. Then we have to store it in a vector DB. So multiple vector DBs are available out there. You can even use Pinecone, you can even use Cassandra DB, which has same kind of capabilities. But LangChain also provides with this kind of capabilities internally through its Chromadb. So I'm importing the Chromadb here, and for that, you need to just do a pip install of Chromadb tick token. So once that is done, you can just import the Chromadb object from vector stores. Then you set where you need to put the Chromadb in the docs chroma. So you can put the Chromadb there. If there is some old Chroma file, you can just remove it. And because we have to convert the text to embeddings and it should be of a particular format, so we'll be using the OpenAI embeddings here, and an object for that will be created in the embedding variable. Once that is done, you just need to pass the entire splits, the embedding format, and from where you need to store it. So we are going to store it in the vector db, which is the persist directory variable that we have just declared here. So this piece of code will do the entire thing, that is it will convert the text to embedding also, and it will store it in the vector db also. So this might also take some time because we have to store like 768 chunk of text to the DB. So it shows that it's a read-only database because it was created earlier. So what I will do is that I'll just change the chroma to chroma 1. So now it should work fine. All right, so entire data is now stored in the vector DB. So if you want to see the count is of 768. Now you can simply ask it questions, but what it will do is that it will just try to get the data where this question related something is stored with the help of semantic similarity. So what does the constitution say about poor citizens? If I try to do a simple vector DB search, that is similarity search on it, and get the top three results, you can get that, but you'll not get it in the form of an answer. You will actually get it in the form of the chunk data that is stored in the vector db. So if I see the first answer, this is the exact text that you will find in the document itself. Here itself you will find the exact text, but it doesn't explain it to you in a very simple or user friendly way. So this is the retrieval thing that you can do with vector db. It is very good in retrieval of data from the original document. But the next part is how you can interactively integrate an llm or ChatGPT 3 to provide answers which are related to this document. That's the entire goal of this project. So firstly, we'll store the DB. We'll call the persist method, which will store the DB. All right. So we store it. Now we do a search again on the DB. So you get that answers which, like probable answers to this question, could be on this page number of the document, or maybe related page number of the document, or 39, 248, 3, 41, and 157, closest possible. But it will give you the exact context or exact text that is written in the PDF. It won't give you an answer. So for that you have to integrate LLM to it. So here we are importing GPT-3 for that. Now what we are doing is that we are importing the chroma again, we are importing embedding again, we are just setting the vector db path and all everything, and we are just checking the count again to see like if vector db is fine. Okay, it's fine, no problems in that. Now to get an good answer or in an interactive way, we have to use the chat open AI from the langchain chat models. Like we'll be using the GPT-3 3.5 turbo here, and we'll be creating the LLM object for that with temperature 0, so that it doesn't even hallucinate a little bit. From LangChain chain, we'll be calling the retrieval question answer module. We'll create a retrieval question answer object here in a QA chain, which will take the large language model object, and it will also take the data from the vector DB. All the data from the vector DB will be passed to this QA chain so that it has the knowledge of what to answer to when the user asks a question. Then you can just call the QA chain in this format, passing a dictionary with the question. So the question that we had written here is, what are the top similar rights of student in India? So I'll just copy the question again here. So it runs the entire DB into it. LLM will search for what is the context that vector db has with respect to the question, and then llm will give you a very good answer that is a very human readable format. So this is how the llm will construct the answer from the data that you actually gave it to it through the vector db. So the top rights of students in India include blah blah blah, right to freedom to speech expression, right to education, right to equality, right to protection, right to form association, right to cultural, this, that, these are the things that you can get with the help of LLM combined with your data that you give it. You can even run chains of questions over your data. So for that, what you can do is that you can declare a specific prompt template. So this is the template. Use the following piece of context to answer the question at the end. If you don't know the answer, just say don't know. Provide the context, you provide the question, and you get a helpful answer. So let's run the template here. Again, from retrieval question answer, we will pass the LLM, we'll pass the vector DB, that is the knowledge base. Then, and we try to just create the QA chain object. Now we are again ask the questions. So I have asked that is this India's constitution? And let's see what answer it gives. Yes, this is India's constitution. But how do I know that this is in India's constitution? Which part of the document has proof for it? So for that, we can just search the source document and it shows that okay, this part of the PDF on metadata 0 page number shows that it is the constitution of India. So that is where the proof of the question also lies. If I change the question here, uh, what are animal rights in India? All right, so this is the source of truth for the question. So it says that okay, it doesn't know anything about animal rights. So let me change the question. What are basic rights of all citizens in India? Okay, so it gave me the answer. The basic rights of citizen include equality before law, prohibition of discrimination of ground, this, that, this, that. It the answer is given in a very professional way, just like a chatbot should give. Now, if you want to see the source of truth for this answer, you can see that it got this source of truth from this part of the chunk of data that was stored in the vector DB that it got from this PDF. You can even pass multiple PDFs to your vector DB. Here we have just used one PDF, but okay, you can iterate it in for loop and even pass multiple PDFs to it. All right, in the next piece of code, we are just changing the retrieval QA chain type to map reduce. So let's see what kind of result does map reduce give over the same question. All right, so the answer that was given by MapReduce was much precise and better format. So these are the basic rights of all citizens in India include right to equality, right to freedom. Everything is written in a very precise and very descriptive way. So if you want also to see the source of truth for this answer, you can just use the result dot source here again, and I think it should give the same chunk of data which it gave before from the vector DB. The next part is that what if I want to ask subsequent questions on the answer just like a chatbot can do. So for that we will be requiring to add memory to your prompt. Okay, so this is the prompt that we had even above. What are the rights? We will pass the same question here so that you have a clarity that what's happening in the in this part of code. So same question I'll be passing. What are the rights? But now we'll also create a memory buffer where the previous answer will be stored and you can ask subsequent questions to your assistant whatever answer it gives. So this is the answer that it gives that basic rights of all citizens of India include equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on the ground of religion, race, etc., etc. So this is the answer that the chatbot gave, and it was very precise, very nice answer. Like, but if I just want to ask more questions over the answer, you can just store the answer in the chat history buffer. You can now pass it to the LLM again to a conversation retrieval chain. You are passing the LLM, you are passing the retriever, and you are also passing the memory. So the memory is created here. The memory has this answer in it and it will take it pass it to the LLM. It will also search in the retriever and it will give you the answer to the subsequent question based on that. So I will change the question now. What does it specifically say about equality? And now you got the answer just about what the Constitution of India guarantees about equality. The Constitution of India guarantees equality before the law and equal protection of law of all the laws of to all individual within the territory of India. It prohibits discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. So this is how you can use the memory also to create an interactive chatbot. Now, what if I ask it something which it doesn't know? So I have asked it a question that okay, what was the Constitution of India before 1947 when India got freedom, right? So it didn't had India didn't had a constitution at that time. So it should not hallucinate and it should give me a right answer that okay, I don't know the answer to this question because we have given it in the prompt. The given context does not provide information about the Constitution of India before 1947. So this is the proof that whatever answer we are generating through this entire RAG implementation is from the PDF document that we gave to it. Cool, right? So this was what I wanted to show you in this video, how you could implement a chatbot of your own on the data that you can provide to LLM. And with the help of RAG, you can save unlimited amount of data in vector DBs, provide it to LLM, create your own personalized chatbot, not just do it on PDFs, but also different type of data sources. So I hope that this video has added some value to your AI journey, AI learning journey. And if you like my work, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If you have any other doubts regarding what I've shown in this video, feel free to write in the comment section below. See you guys next time. Happy